Hello, my name is Nafael Bradell. I know I'm a little bit late, but I still want to wish you a happy new year. I hope you still haven't given up on going to the gym or eating healthier, just like you give up every single year. In today's godforsaken video, I'll tackle the highly popular game Wordle. Do you know about this game? Do you want to see some cool stuff? Do you mind wasting 10 minutes of your life? If the answer to any of those questions is no, then you're in the right place. Wordle is a game where you try to guess a 5-letter word while feeling bad about your English skills. When you write a word, each letter will have a color. Green if the letter is in the right position, yellow if it's in the wrong position, or gray if it's not in the word at all. You can use this mnemonic to help you remember. Green is tight, yellow's alright, gray you're a disgrace to your parents. In this example I start with the word prank. So I know the letter P is in the right place, R and K are in the wrong place, and there's no A or N in the word. And I just keep playing with these clues until I get the word right, which isn't hard because I knew the word in the first place. I found the game through some co-workers. They sent some messages on the group telling how they did at the game, and just like every message in the group chat, I didn't pay any attention to it. Later that day, I was sitting on my couch doing some zapping and Jimmy Fallon shows up, also known as the man who's more likely to laugh at a blank wall. He played a game with his crew and audience while doing the usual routine of not being funny and abusing his table. After seeing that bit, I said to myself, how did I sit through this? Also, if the game is popular enough to reach the most bland talk show that exists, then I guess it's good enough for a video. The game difficulty can vary depending on two things: how many words the player knows, which are not a lot on my case, and how unusual the word is. I'm pretty sure more people would win the game if the word to guess was table other than crimp. Nothing against the word crimp, okay? I don't want to offend anybody, but people who don't use turn signals are the absolute scum of the earth. After playing the game, I discovered that I'm not very good at it, so I built an AI that is excellent. Allow me to elaborate with a poorly made diagram. Okay, that's not it. The AI is made out of two parts, the front end and the back end. The front end is where I'll write the word into the game and collect the feedback it gives me. Then I'll use that information to make a request to the back end in order to get the next word that I'm going to type in the game. For the AI to guess which word wins the game, it needs to know a lot of words. So I guess the first step is get a whole bunch of words. One way to do this is to use something that everybody uses to watch adult content, play 8-ball pool, or lose all savings because Elon Musk just feels like it. Man, the internet's just a weird fucking place. To my surprise, there's a couple of websites which sole purpose is to contain lists and lists of words. So at some point in time, this happened. Hey man, you know what would be fun? That's a weird question. Going to Disneyland? Skydiving? What? No. So what if we take every 5-letter word and put it on a website? What do you say, buddy? Get out of my house. This website in particular contains multiple pages of 5-letter words, which is exactly what I'll need. I wrote some code that fetches all the words from this website and puts them in a database. All 12,478 of them. At this point, the AI knows more 5-letter words than you'll ever know your entire life, which is both interesting and depressing at the same time. After having all these words stored, I can do some queries to them, like fetching all the words that have an A in the first position and an O in the last position. As you can see, a lot of words fit the criteria that I just set, but for some reason, the server is selecting the word Aspro as the recommended word. This is happening because the search is optimized to select words that have more distinct letters. For example, between the words Aspro and the server is going to select Aspro because this one has 5 different letters and this one only has 4. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's good to be different. Unless you use speakers in public, in that case you're just a huge piece of... Another improvement I've made to the algorithm is to select a word that has more common letters over one that has less common letters. For example, it's more common to find the letter M than the letter H in a word, so the AI would choose moist over hoist. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that being ordinary is also good. Unless you start a conversation speaking about the weather or asking people when they are going to have kids. With the back end side of things done, it's time to move on to the front end. The first thing to do is to launch a browser with the website open, and that part wasn't hard. The next item on the list is to get rid of this pop-up that has the instructions. I wasted a bunch of time trying to get the pop-up element so I can click on it. Then I found out that you can pretty much just click anywhere on the page and it will have the exact same result. So that was time well spent. To write the letters, I needed to press on the screen keyboard, so guess what I did? That's right, I wasted another bunch of time trying to get the keyboard element when you can just literally press keys on your physical keyboard. So it took me more time figuring out how to not do stuff than how to actually do stuff. But I guess that's just life, isn't it, Jimmy? Now that I know how to type, which word should I type in first? I'll go with adieu, which is a French word that translates to goodbye. Wait, that's not right. Yeah, that makes more sense. At this point, the AI types the word adieu, and this is when the game starts going. The front end picks up the clues that the game is giving and sends a request to the back end saying, hey assface, can you give me a word that matches this? Hey single nipple. So for this word, let me check. I've got these recommended words right here, there you go. And I've also got a list of words that might fit. What? The front end types the word in the game and the cycle repeats itself. But now the back end has to take into consideration the clues from the two words. So it needs to be a word that doesn't have any of the gray letters, with the letter U that's not on the second or last position, with the letter N that's not in the fourth position, and an I in the third position. So it's kind of like me playing the game in hard mode, except the AI is fast and knows about 12,000 words. I am slower than a snail and only know about 10. So now that you know how the AI works, let's see it playing a couple of games. As you just saw, the AI did a pretty good job. I ran it for 100 different words and it only failed on these 4. So there's a 96% chance of it getting the word right, which is way more than the chance of an average man getting a date on Tinder or your girlfriend actually telling you what she wants for dinner. Thanks for sticking through the end. If you'd like to see me doing more useless projects while I swiftly avoid burnout, make sure to subscribe. And since you're clicking on buttons, leave a like as well. For every like, I will personally dropkick in the face a person that chews with their mouth open. What? Wait, what? Wait, the stupidest thing I've ever done. I'll go with adieu, which is a French word that roughly translates to: a cow looks at another cow and says, "It's very chilly today." The other cow answers, "Ah! A cow that talks!" Hey, can you pass me the salt? My food's a little bit Jimmy Fallon-y. Is this too bad? If that's the case, you're just a used piece of shit. A used piece of huge. A used piece of 96% chance of getting the word right, which is way more than the chance of you getting a girlfriend looking like that or your parents' marriage working out. That one might be a little rough. I don't know if I'll go with that one.